see if I'm going live. There I am. Hello, everyone. Okay, so if you're on Steam, there is a very good chance that you are not able to get on the game right now. I have 2 accounts. This is my second account, and it's shitty. Excuse my language, but it is, comparatively, and it is not my main account. But I can get on it. I can't get on my other one. So, I'm gonna test something. And if it is working, we can look at the sinks, of all things, from Housing's Finest. So that gives us something to do while we're waiting for, hopefully, Steam to fix itself, and then we can do our normal stuff, because everything I have is on Steam. Thank you for the follow, Rolf Beer. I think that's how you say the name. But I don't know for sure. I don't know. I don't know. Here we are. We are in Vidang's house. Now, she did not publish to the community, I don't think. So it's possible we won't be able to see the portals. In which case, darn it. Boo! But I may be able to figure it out. Anyway. Looks like the other one is getting up. Alright, cool. I can close out of this while my other character is loading. Okay. So, unfortunately, because the server's been down all morning, I have a lot of busy work that I need to do. And you may be forced to see some of it if you choose to watch me, and I apologize for that. Sort of. I know plenty of other people do it, so it's kind of like I'm only a little bit sad about it, because most streamers do this kind of crap, and people just watch them do it and don't really complain, so maybe I shouldn't worry about it. But I do. And this means I can send Rolf Beer something. Okay, so it looks like everything's fixed. Yay! So I can let people know. Let me let you. What? Why aren't you stupid? Why do you ask me what I want to open a Word file in? Word. Don't be stupid. I must have logged off in my Enchanted. So yesterday I had a really good idea for an Ouroboros contest entry. So I'm going to be working on that today, if I can get it to work. The small attempts that I tried to do didn't quite work out. So I'm going to have to just keep on fiddling with it, and so you get to see me fail if you want, because that's generally how I start any build, is by failing. Also, my hand is super swollen, and I don't know what I did with my compression gloves. So, we're just going to deal with it. My cat's still around. Empress Stabs of Potato Muria. Murica. I think I like Murica better. Stabbity Doom of Potato Murica. Okay. I wasn't able to get in until just recently, and my hair is out of control. So what I did is I used VO5, and my mom had sent me these old ass VO5 packets from, like, God only knows, probably from the 80s. And I decided, what the hell, you know, I'll put it on my hair. It definitely revitalized my hair, but it made my hair like go poof. Oh, that, yeah, you did. I remember that one. If this ever freaking loads. Ever. Go! I saw that they have the dragon. Because I saw some people had the dragon. So now I have to buy the dragon. Ooh, you're mine. Purchase. Mine. Mine, 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 mine. These are okay. They don't really work with my headband. It's just, I think also, last night I slept with a humidifier on because I was in so much pain. So, okay. You got it. Is Mara's thingy up now too? Am I gonna be that much out of money? No. Okay, at least Mara's stuff isn't up. Okay, cool. All right, so now the question is, which for the friggin' house do I put it in? For now. Which house does it work best in? Not really any of them, sadly. As much as I love this thing, it doesn't really fit with the theme of any of the houses I've done. Maybe exercise, but it's kind of wasted there. Let you go. Oh, definitely this one. Hey, Oblivion Switch. I'm dancing. I can get rid of the crappy dragon in this front room and put Calgrunted in instead. Calgrunted. So yeah, my hair is Formula VO5 of all things, but I think it worked. I think it worked okay. So let me get rid of my crappy dragon, who I never really liked. And we're gonna put the good dragon in. Swankery! I showed one of your houses yesterday, Swank. The overall response was, holy crap. It was your Cyrodiilic. As usual, there was much rejoicing. People were thrilled. It was great. All right, I got the statue. I have to put it in here now. Calgrunted. You're huge, Mr. Calgrunted. Let's see how you fit here properly. You don't. I'm gonna have to sink your ass down a bunch. And forward. Let me see how he's so big it's hard to work with him, you know? Like I can't really like move him forward and bend him the way I would like to because I can't see him very well, so I'm gonna have to just EHT it. Alright. No, I do not want 130 items selected. I want one flippin' item selected. So folks, this is a good learning experience for when you cannot work with something because it's so big it doesn't let you see what you're doing. Wow, I have that up really high. What you can do is you can use EHT, select the item, and that lets you work in smaller increments, and this is not where he's going to live. And it also lets you do more precise stuff. All right. Or if you're trying to do what I'm doing, very imprecise stuff. He looks like shit, I know. It's okay. I'm going to be messing with this. It always starts out looking like shit. Besides, this is just a temporary place for him. He's not going to live here. I want to roll him a bit. He's just gonna be here for a little while until I find a better spot for him. But I think I'm okay with him just coming out and shooting shit at all of us. All right. But it's a good way to show you that, like, when something's too big to work with, that you end up, like, you know what I'm talking about, when you, like with the curtains. You try to work with the curtains, and you're trying to, like, move it, but it only shows you the lower left of the curtain. Yeah, that's no fun. Ooh. Ooh, even better. Woohoo! That's cool. No, same with the blue. The lightning. It's a little much, though. Maybe this? Let's leave it like this for now. This is not a permanent installation. For those of you who didn't see, I finished my chocolate box. We're going to look at that real quick, and then we'll move on. Chocolate box, and then I had an idea yesterday from, who the hell's house was it? Oh, this shouldn't surprise me at all. No, it was Greek Gemini. I got a good idea from one of his homes. So this is the chocolate box for those of you who hadn't seen it. Completed. There's no top to it. If I come up with a top, I will animate the top so that some ribbon gets pulled and the top will come off. But I can't do it with effects, so for the moment, that's what I've got. So that's my straight up Valentine's Day DDA entry. Okay. Also, I'm gonna just grab my stuff out of the mail. Good Lord, I have a ton of mail. And then I tried a bunch of different houses yesterday, but I think I settled on Grimhearth for the time being as the... I might change it though to this house, because these small build things, this is like a 30 slot build. I just don't see the point in putting them all in separate houses, you know what I mean? All right, so let's go to the Brass Fortress and deal with that real quick. Ugh. Really what I need to do is get a haircut, but I don't go out much in the winter. The winter is so hard on me. I have that, you know, that sensitive skin stuff that when you go out in the cold, you get like your skin turns bluish purple and whatever. I have like a lighter version of that, so it's uncomfortable to go outside. So I don't go out much in the winter. And yet, I live in Wisconsin because I'm a moron. I would much prefer to live in California or the South again. You know, either one. But this is the life I chose for whatever reason. I know why I chose it, but it's still not the best thing in the world for me. Okay, so a lot of you always ask me why I do this. I do this for, I do the Crow Quest because I like to get, crap. I'm going to have to do my normal stuff and hope that I get an ornate. Okay. This is true, Donbat. And I'm getting mocked. I know it. Because I said I would move to the South, and the South doesn't want me because I like the North in the Civil War, and I have a cat named Grant, and I had a cat named Sherman, and so the South rejects me. Or so I've been told. I need to learn him. Waiting for that. You know, but Minnesota has one thing we don't have. They're a little better on the hot dish than we are. I'm sad to say they have a little bit more of an edge on hot dish than we actually do. And what was funny is I was reading yesterday, I actually downloaded Amy Klobuchar's, probably saying it wrong. I downloaded her hot dish recipe because she has one. It's a ground beef and cream of mushroom soup mixed with tater tots and cheese. I'm like, that is horrible. I love it. It's absolutely horrible. I've got to try it. Apparently, it works for her. People like it, but it's a little spicy because she uses Monterey Jack. So that's a little bit too spicy for them Minnesotans. Oh my God. Cracked me up so hard. I'm like, I gotta try this. I just need to make it for my husband sometime and not tell him what it is and just do it. And then, like, be like, Amy Klobuchar. It's hers. Then I need one from Warren, although I don't know if she has one. I actually need to get a recipe from any of the candidates, and that'll be how I decide who I vote for, I think. Did I? Oh, I said Monterey Jack? Yeah, Pepper Jack, sorry. It's all these jacks, you know, cheese. I only live in Wisconsin. I shouldn't know the difference. Funny. Yeah, so she says it's a little too hot for some people in Minnesota, which I totally believe. One time I was out at a restaurant up north, which is closer to, that's just a silly way of saying up north here. Up north on our way to see my husband's my mother-in-law. And they're squeaky. That's what my opinion is. Anyway, so we were up there going, and we stopped at a restaurant, and the menu said that it came with a side salad, and I kid you not, the meal that I got, the side salad was a piece of lettuce with a carrot on it. And I'm like, no, this is garnish. This isn't a salad. Where's the salad? Oh, it's that. That's what you think a salad is? That was painful. Man, I don't know if I was being ripped off or if they really thought that was a salad. I'll be honest, I like cheese curds well enough, but I'd rather get my calories from something else. So, you know, if they're fried, then yes. But if they're not fried, then, you know, I'll usually have one, let it squeak, have the fun with it, and then that's it. It's just, you know, it's got that rubbery squeak when it's fresh. Because I'm a goofball. Sorry about my ridding, but like I said, I'm way behind because we were down this morning. Or at least I was down this morning. Because of Steam being down. Some people were able to get on, not my account. So way behind, sadness. But I can intersperse with housing. Poutine! I don't know why people pick on poutine. Poutine is actually pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with poutine? Why are people like that? Why do they tease it? It's tasty. I think they just don't. I think it's just because it's Canadian and people like to tease Canada. But I don't get it because it's not. There's nothing wrong with it. In my humble opinion. Which isn't so humble. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. You are so weird, Dombat. Now, I don't mean that as an insult. It's a compliment, but it's just weird. What are you talking about with space? What's going on with that, weirdo? Goofball. Said with love. Because Lord knows, I'm a weirdo. And my own type of weirdo. You know, I don't want to talk politics, but man. If you live in the US, it's bonkers right now. Do any of you know AC Squared from Meat Market? Well, formerly of Meat Market, but she's got like 4 guilds now. Oh, okay. That makes sense. She is a GM of Silk Road. Insert guild name here. Thrall Mart and Auction House. And what's funny is she just posted some stuff that cracked me up about. She posted, she wrote, one nice thing about renting is if the house cracks after 7 earthquakes in a day. No, there's no good way to end that sentence. 7 earthquakes. She lives in Acapulco. She's got a beautiful life. Her pictures are just jaw-dropping. Hello, Kriya. Is EU still fucked up? Because I tried to go yesterday and it wouldn't let me on because it said, we're broken. Then again, it broke for everybody, so, you know, I can hardly complain. I'm assuming it's still broken. I do not have enough inventory at all. At all. If you guys don't use Steam, you're lucky. I was very upset this morning that I couldn't log in. But you can't blame ZOS when it's Steam's fault. So I've decided, hey Franca, I've decided to do something of a fishbowl, fish tank kind of thing for the aquarium, for the Ouroboros contest, but I have to like get on that. It was good late last night. Okay, thanks MJ. I do want to go back on there, and it just annoys me when I feel sorry for the people who play on that server because it's just so brutally bad. You guys just get screwed. I don't know why. I don't know why you guys have it so bad. Well, I do, but I don't know why they aren't able to fix it. You'd think that they would be smart enough to hire some people who do know how to fix it. Man, I have like almost no inventory. Do you see how bad this is? Sadness. All right, let's see what I can dig up. Oh, good, Franca. I'm so glad. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. it's surprising what sells, you know? It really is. Like, it kind of shocks me that people buy what they buy, but they really do. You forget, you know, we often forget that there are newbies in the game who need things, you know? And we just always seem to cater to the people who have more money, and it just doesn't make sense sometimes. There are others. So I'm so glad to hear that you're doing well. We can tell Jay Hart that. I don't think that's the advice he gives, so we can tell him that I had some good advice. So there you go. I'm kidding. I'm boring this morning. I apologize. I am just trying to get my shit together and then I'll head over and do things. But if you have any questions, I certainly have the time. Aloha, Vic! Good morning, people are here. Yeah, I streamed yesterday. I think. Yeah, I did. Because I gave Lil Fox my prize for the potato contest. Decided I felt like she had earned it more than me. Her job was, so she had done much better. When you say sorry. Definitely for even green recipes, like those 25-cent green recipes, everything. Uh, Gear, if it has the right stats. Otherwise, it isn't worth it. People won't buy gear unless it's, yeah. People probably won't buy gear unless it has the right stat on it. Otherwise, yes, do it. You can do it. Like, you know, I'm really bad at that, so I avoided it because I don't really know what's good other than like divines and impen. I don't really know my stuff, so generally, if you know what's a good stat, then I'd say go for it because you definitely corner a market of something that I don't know anything about. But if it has the wrong stat, I wouldn't bother. Now, here's the truth of the matter. People don't post low level gear, and especially training gear. I would think that would sell because when you're trying to level, you don't have anything to wear and people don't really cater to that. So I don't know. I haven't really gone down that road, so I can't really say whether or not that would work. It may not, but it was a thought I had of trying to trying to provide for people on lower levels, but certainly the recipes, yes. I can't say as to gear, because even today I don't have a first clue about what's good with gear. I hate to admit it, but it's true. I don't have a clue because I don't really play. I mean, I build things, I sell things, and I don't play. That's my life, sadly. I'm a loser baby. That's true. But a lot of these newbies don't have guilds. They just start and they don't know what's going on, or, it's like it's very much, they're just trying to figure shit out. But especially the true noobs. The true noobs start and it's like they don't know. They don't even know how to use the shops half the time, you know? I used to. I mean, I've certainly done the main quests when the new stuff comes out. But aside from that, no, not really, no. Okay, so I was gonna log and do my next guy. Sorry. This is just the way it's gonna go. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I just grabbed whatever fell, but I did look for gear. Because like in WoW, there was always something for every level on the auction house. So I kind of expected it to work like WoW, but really it doesn't because most people don't post anything other than CP gear. And So, you know, I was a little confused by that. But then again, it was hard for me to even figure out what was supposed to be happening with vendors. Like, I didn't understand they weren't all connected. There was just all sorts of confusion because it's not a very user-friendly game, you know? It's very confusing. I wish I was better at, like, I wish I could stream on other topics because sometimes I feel like I'm not smart enough about this stuff. But, and I don't know, you know, what topics people would want to even listen to, but certainly making money in a game is good. I was watching, I have a friend of mine who streams, and he used to stream ESO. And he was so popular, he used to have the same group of people every morning who would hang out. And they were just great people, and I really enjoyed their company. And then what happened was, and they sell quickly, that's good to know. He got sick of ESO, so he moved on to other games. But the problem with that was he actually lost viewers. People stopped watching because people didn't really want to watch the other games that he was playing. You know, they wanted to see ESO or nothing, you know. They didn't want to watch him playing other games. And this is his sole source of income. So it's like, ooh, dude, you should probably move back to doing, you know, the stuff that people want to watch. It just makes me think about things. Reaper's Milk Jug, we'll do that. Because I'm just like, you know, eventually people are going to get sick of ESO. A lot of people already are. Northern. Hopefully he comes back around. And he used to stream every morning, but now he doesn't anymore. He changed his times and whatnot. It's kind of depressing. If you would do me a favor, if you are a member of the forums, it would be great if you joined into this conversation and backed me up. And this is between us somewhat, with Cardi's approval, I made that post. I would never have done it if he was against the idea. But it was my idea. And that's important to know because I don't want Zos thinking that he was behind this because he absolutely wasn't. He just okayed me doing it. But basically, I went on the forums and I asked if Cardi could appear on the next ESO Live or an ESO Live. I don't care if it's the next one or not. And the reason being, aside from the fact that Cardi, the creator of ESO, oh my god, no, the creator of Essential Housing Tools, he works for Zos, first of all. Secondly, he works in the housing part of Zos. And the idea being, if they give him the chance to get on there and talk about, you know, housing and what he's doing with housing, there's a good chance that, you know, he may be able to tell us things that are coming around the bend in the future. They might give him things that he can disclose. Or if, you know, if it doesn't work out that way and we just end up just talking, that's fine too. You know, I adore the guy and I think that he should get the attention that he deserves, and he's a pretty awesome dude. So I just think that all around it's a good idea, and the more people that join in and say, yes, let's do this, the better off everybody's going to be. So if you do have a forum account, please weigh in. If you don't, you should probably get one regardless of this, because it takes some time. They may take up to a couple of weeks for them to approve your forum account, and one day there may be something that you want to say. Right. And he's been so good about keeping, you know, keeping with the disclosure agreements that he signed, that he can't leak anything, and he doesn't. Which, thank God, because I would be really upset if he got in trouble for leaking anything. So he doesn't do it. Pizza and potatoes, I'm all about it. I don't even know what you're talking about, and I'm all about it. So, my point is that he can't tell us anything, but maybe he would be able to, you know, if they get him on ESO Live. Because they asked, the last time they did a housing person, they asked him some pretty direct questions about storage, about housing limits, and we got answers to them. We actually got our first solid answers to them. They weren't the answers we wanted, but we got solid answers, and that's what's important, is because that's a starting point. Because when we don't know what the hell is going on, and we don't know what they're thinking, and we don't know what they're, you know, maybe we're banging away on the same issue over and over, and they've already considered and dismissed it, and nothing that we say will change their minds. I'd rather know what is debatable, what they are thinking they might do, you know? So it's all around a good idea. That's all I'm saying. Just to get them thinking about us, talking about us, because we do not get enough attention. And we're one of the nicer communities that they get to deal with. I mean, think about dealing with us versus dealing with the PvP community, right? Wouldn't you want to deal with us more? But yet they cater much more to the PvP community. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm worried about add-ons too, but I don't think they're going to get rid of them. I don't think that's ever been in their MO, because I think that from the beginning they wanted add-ons to fill the gaps of the parts of the programming that they don't intend to ever do. And that's the laziest but honest reason. And honestly, like, that reason is this: yes, it does, and I bought it. Because I'm a loser and a sucker, and I did it. What was I saying? I think, yeah. So I've read some early interviews with him, and granted they were early, but they had said they wanted us, they wanted add-ons to take into, to handle the issues that they can't handle because of limits on the game. And so they feel like Minimap, for example. They never did a Minimap because they didn't feel like they had to, because they knew that add-on makers would make a Minimap. I'm a loser. I know. So that's my point on that. If that makes any sense. What was that? Oh. So I don't think that they're going to get rid of add-ons. They may cripple them, but I don't ever think that the plan would be to get rid of them. Mainly, too, because that's not Bethesda's way. And I know they're not Bethesda, but they're pretty much are Bethesda, let's be honest, to an extent. And I think that Bethesda wouldn't be behind that, because Bethesda's always been kind of pro add-on, pro whatever. So get it through Gold Buyer, Gold Seller, or whatever. Yeah, probably, but they will. You know. Get it through Tamriel Crown Exchange or something, so you don't have to pay money. You can just pay it with gold. I mean, I should have done it that way, but I was so impatient, I just wanted it right then, because I'm a butt. Thanks for tolerating this while I do this. Okay. Oh, by the way, the hot dish article. Here it is. In case you want Amy Klobuchar's recipe to a hot dish, there you go. Like, have them sit around. I don't think that's ever gonna happen, Donbat. Honestly, he would have to make an individual character for each one of yours. He's done it for other people, but now that he can't add new things to it, I don't think that's going to happen. And secondly, That's always bothered me, that particular thing, because it's like, so you create an NPC for one person that one person will want to use and no one else. And it's like, it's add-ons. I mean, parts of EHT effects should be for more wide than that, like hearts or whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, I agree with you, Dumbat. That's for damn sure. I miss a lot of things. I miss that. I miss all of the housing stuff from Skyrim. Having kids or a bard or a husband or a wife or a, you know, whatever. All of that. It's sad. Yeah. You do a good job with that. Your stuff is really neat. But you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, they just never embraced that form of housing that was always so desirable in Skyrim itself. And I think if they did that, then we would be so happy. But who knows? I know one thing. I know that Cardi works for the housing department at Azos, and I know, so I guess I know two things. I know that he is very excited about the things that are coming down the pike. That's all I know. If I knew more than that, I probably couldn't keep my mouth shut. So I'm glad he doesn't tell me. But I do know that good things are coming. And when Jay Hart gets really upset, he's kind of on edge these days about the housing system. He's pretty pissed off that he feels we've been ignored for a good long time, and he's not wrong. But he gets really impatient right now, and I'm like, this is not the time to get impatient, you know? It's like, this is good stuff's coming, whereas we've never had a promise that good stuff was coming before. Now we know that someone we trust is saying good stuff is coming. So have faith. Don't give up the game now, you know? Don't give up, not that he's going to quit, but don't give up hope now. I don't claim to understand what he's planning on doing with his life, but I've already done what I've done for my life, so now this is it. I already became a lawyer. I already practiced for 10 years. I already retired, basically, because I'm sick. And so now I stream, play video games, and work for a genealogy company, and that's my life. Maybe I'll write something someday. Maybe. That is true. That is true, except for me. I'm not like that. I'm really bad about that, guys. Like, I stick with one thing. Yeah, and I don't think you're the only one, Donbat. I think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people, especially the RP people, would want something like that. Excuse me. They ship like UPS is what the RP people do. All right. Oh. Aren't there guilds that just don't want? I think those people tend to also be PvPers, though. Which I am not. I don't rage quit things because I don't really need a rage quit. What would I rage quit about? You know? A house? I mean... Yeah, that's true, but I would think that at least some guilds especially would be more RP-ish. Staying no ERP here, or you have to be you know, consent to do it or whatever, you know? Just a thought. I'm trying to find the questions I was looking for. Let me let you go. Alright, I can't find the question I was going to ask us. Oh, have fun. Enjoy. Yeah, but I think in terms of housing, there's maybe 1 or 2 people I've ever seen on the forums who are just basically salty and grumpy to the point where they would be unpleasant for people to deal with on the ZOS end. I think in general, we're some of the most patient and nice people. And in fact, I think that's why J Hart is actually upset for us, is because he feels like we're so nice, we're so patient, and we get taken advantage of because we're not the squeaky wheel. Maybe that's true. But I don't see that the people who are the squeaky wheel are getting all that much either. It feels like it's going according to ZOS's plan, not by who's screaming the loudest. Getting their attention is difficult. So let's have a conversation about griffins. Do you guys actually like griffins, or are they kind of... Like, I kind of am upset that they're not trainable in this game. Because people used to fly on griffins in one of the games. And so I'm a little bit annoyed that, like, in this game they're all face-eaty. Or, you know? It's like, shouldn't there be some non-face-eaty griffins? Hey, Delicia. Because, like, maybe that I'm just thinking of more of Dragon Age, but I'm kind of bummed out that you can't train a griffin. They just eat you. They just reject you. And then try to eat your face. I mean, we get the pet ones even. So you would think that, like, the pet ones would grow up to be trainable. Yeah, right? That's exactly what I'm getting at, do bad. It's like, even if it's not a flying mount, I don't know. I guess they can't really get away with it because it would be a flying mount. Oh, yeah, good point. But I'm just bummed out that there's no like, non-face-eating wild griffins. I mean, there's non-face-eating Nixes, you know? Nix oxen and the Nix hounds, they are trainable. They're not all face-eaty. Like, some of them are just like, especially the Nix oxen, some of them are just, you know, like cows standing in a field. Only some of them are wild, depending on where they are. I just sort of feel like griffins could be the same thing, really. And I mean, people love griffins enough. I mean, there's enough of a attraction to them in the game, you know, like even J Hart wears one on his shoulder half the time. So, well, no, not half the time. Whenever somebody mentions a griffin, he puts one on his shoulder, but we get the idea. I don't know. Maybe I'm too much influenced by WoW and Dragon Age, and I miss my mountable / trainable / non-face eating griffins. But that's just me. Griffins don't like me. They try to kill me. Constantly. Exactly. Thanks for the follow, Easy Mac. But Yeah, at least the Nixox. I think the Nix hounds are the same way though, aren't they? Because the guy in Deshaun, Walmart's trader, he has one. He has a trained Nix hound that doesn't eat you. You know, they can be pets. What was I? Oh, yeah. Well, what am I supposed to get? Toys and games. Okay. I may not have enough toys and games. Cinch Lions, Spark Fur, Wolf Trick. Nope. Not enough toys. Sadness. I'll take a quick look and then I'll come back and do this later. That's true. That is true. Sort of like what they do with the, thanks for the follow, Mr. J Styles. Like they do with the shooty thing, the grappling hook. Like you can do grappling hook stuff, but you can't do it everywhere. You know, it's only in certain places. So that makes sense. They could restrict it in that way. Just my thought. By the way, if you want to make a lot of money, this is a good way of doing it. Both Murkmire, but Murkmire has worse drop rates. What I think really works is Clockwork. If you do a lot of hunting and Clockwork, things sell pretty solidly. The stealing stuff in Clockwork is usually pretty profitable, is what I'm trying to say, but words are hard. What would you do with a grappling hook in your home, honestly? Like, seriously, what would you even do with it? Other than kill somebody. Murkmire drops are awful, yes, agreed. Which is why I'm saying this is a little better. They're more profitable, but I wonder if you break down the drop versus time spent rate, if it's even worth it, even considering the value, you know? My entire house is shaking because something's driving down the road that's heavy. Just doing this quickly. So, the big trick with this stuff is I need to get that, sorry. Those lock boxes are really the way to go in terms of making money here, because they often have that chance of dropping tools, like, you know, the magnifying glass or stuff like that. And if you get those, they are pretty profitable. And here's another tip. How'd he do on that? I actually didn't end up watching that parkour thing because it's really not my bag. Is he going today with the, oh crap, when is it? Let me see. When is Spicy doing it? Spicy, when are they doing it? Doing it? Crap, he's doing it now. This sucks, guys. This sucks. What is he up to? Like, what house? Do you guys know? Oh, he hasn't started yet, has he? Alright, I'm going to call it for now. I'll come back on after, okay? So, go watch J Heart. I gotta watch this because I'm a member. I mean, I'm part of this, so I shall return.